Hello there. My name is Jason Perkins. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of my Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I created this video series because I want to provide people who've been injured at work with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation law, the rules of that law, and the benefits available to them under Georgia workers' compensation. Today, I want to talk to you about a particular part of the workers' compensation claim, and that's settlement. And specifically, I want to talk to you about settlement of a catastrophic workers' compensation claim. So the first question to discuss in talking about settlement of a catastrophic workers' compensation claim is, what is a workers' compensation settlement? Settlement is basically an agreement to sell your workers' compensation claim to the insurance company, or for the workers' compensation insurance company to buy the claim from you. So as opposed to your case staying open and you receiving certain benefits under the workers' compensation law in Georgia, you agree to accept a certain amount of money, and in exchange, you give up your future workers' compensation rights. Now, settlement's not anything that you ever have to do in a workers' compensation case, but there may be a time at which it makes sense to settle your workers' compensation claim at some point in the future. The second thing that we need to talk about with regard to settlement of a catastrophic workers' compensation claim is, what is a catastrophic workers' compensation claim? So a catastrophic designation is a special part of the workers' compensation law that applies to certain types of injuries. There's basically 6 types of injuries that are designated as catastrophic injuries. 5 of the types are specific types of injuries, and the 6th is a catch-all injury, which basically applies to any injury which is severe enough that it causes you not to be able to return to your prior jobs and work available in substantial numbers in the national economy for which you're otherwise qualified. The other 5 types of injuries involve certain types of injuries, including spinal cord injuries, severe burns, amputations, blindness. So there's 5 specifically designated types of catastrophic injuries. And if you can meet this standard, your injury can qualify for what's called a catastrophic designation. That basically means that you can receive benefits to which you otherwise would not necessarily receive in a normal workers' compensation case. Those benefits include not certain limits not applying to your case as far as how long you can receive benefits, and also the right to catastrophic rehabilitation services in your workers' compensation claim. So if you're going to be able to qualify for a catastrophic designation, that can be something that's important to your case. Now, let's talk specifically about what types of issues may arise with regard to settlement of a catastrophic workers' compensation claim. The first thing that you need to know is, in many catastrophic workers' compensation claims, it may be that you've qualified for Social Security disability benefits or may be eligible for Medicare. And those are issues that need to be considered when you're settling your claim. With regard to Social Security disability, there can be issues regarding a Social Security offset and how that's taken into account in settlement. And specifically with regard to Medicare or potential eligibility for Medicare, you need to consider Medicare's interest in settlement of your claim if you're going to settle. And there's special rules regarding that and things that you have to take into account that, if you don't do correctly, could definitely cause you problems down the line. A second thing that you're going to need to consider in a catastrophic workers' compensation settlement is the catastrophic rehabilitation benefits that you might be eligible for. That's something that you don't necessarily need to settle. You need to consider if you're settling a regular workers' compensation claim, but it does come up in a catastrophic settlement. And the third thing you're going to need to consider is that catastrophic designation, as I mentioned earlier, generally makes you eligible for potentially lifetime benefits with regard to your medical benefits and your wage loss benefits. Now, you're not necessarily guaranteed to receive benefits for life if you don't settle, but you may have eligibility as far as there's no artificial limit on how long you can receive benefits. And that's something that needs to be considered too. Another thing to think about when you're talking about settlement of a catastrophic workers' compensation claim is, you're not always going to know at the time that you're talking about settlement whether your claim qualifies for a catastrophic designation or not. Many times, workers' compensation claims might be settled while you're fighting about or arguing for a catastrophic designation, but you don't actually have a final determination yet. And that can be an issue because you're not sure as to whether you're going to qualify for those additional catastrophic designation benefits in the future or not. I hope you found this video about catastrophic settlement of catastrophic workers' compensation claims helpful. If you have, please let me know that. One of the best ways you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. And if you've got other questions about workers' compensation claims, one of the best ways to find out information about that is to visit our George Perkins Study of Workers' Compensation channel on YouTube. You can view all the videos from the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series there, and you can subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos as I put them out. If you've got additional questions or would just like to set up a free consultation to talk about some of your questions and get answers to them, I'd certainly recommend that. You can reach out to our office to schedule a free consultation with me about your workers' compensation case in two different ways. One is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, and the other is by visiting our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com, and completing and submitting the free consultation request form there, and someone from our workers' compensation team will reach out to you and set up a consultation with me. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today. I want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.